Good morning, student. As we completed chapter 5 in our English grammar, so today I am going to start chapter 6 verbs. So first of all, what is verbs? For example, John kicked the ball hard. Mother has a purple sari. Anita is an intelligent girl. So, in these sentences, sentence 1 tells us what John did. Sentence 2 tells us what mother possesses. Sentence 3 tells us what Anita is. So, words that express actions, positions, or state of being are called verbs. In the given following sentences, sentence 1 tells us what John did. It's an action. Sentence 2 tells us what mother possesses, that is possession. Sentence 3 tells us what Anita is, it's a state. Kinds of verbs, for example, father reads the statements every morning. They laughed at the poor lamb man. When we get answers to the question what or whom with the verbs, they are the objects of the verb. Such verbs that require objects to make complete sense are called transitive verb. So, a transitive verbs tells us about an action that passes on to a noun or a pronoun. It does not stop with the subject. We see that the action of the verb passes over to something. Anything that the action passes over to is called the object of the verb. When the verb in a sentence has an object, it is said to be a transitive verb. Verbs that require objects to make complete sense are called transitive verb. Then after, for example, he is reading rather loudly. He laughed to his heart's content. What is he reading? No answer. We getting. What did he laugh at? No answer. So such verbs that require no objects and make complete sense by themselves. So in this, there is no requirement of objects and make complete sense by themselves only, are called intransitive verb. In such sentences where the verb does not have any objects, the verbs are said to be intransitive. An intransitive verb shows an action which does not pass on to a noun or a pronoun. Verbs that require no objects and make complete sense by themselves are called intransitive verb. So what is the difference between transitive and intransitive verb? In transitive verb, verbs that require objects to make complete sense are called transitive verb. So in transitive, there is a requirement of objects to make complete sense. But in intransitive verbs, verbs that require no objects and make complete sense by themselves are called intransitive verb. So in intransitive verbs that require no objects and make complete sense by themselves are called intransitive verbs. Read the following sentences to see the difference between transitive verb and intransitive verb. Transitive, he runs a small shop. She laughs at poor beggars. They read the Bible every day. So, such verbs that require objects to make complete sense are called transitive. When we get answers to the question what or whom with the verb, they are the objects of the verb. Intransitive, he runs fast, she laughs loudly, they read in the morning. So in such sentences where the verb does not have any objects, the verbs are said to be intransitive. Now exercise portion of this chapter. Exercise A. Pick out the verbs in the following sentences and indicate in each case if the verb is transitive or intransitive. So we have to first find out verbs and then we have to indicate in each case if the verb is transitive or intransitive. 1. She bought a leather bag. Bought, transitive verb. 2. They arrived early. Arrived, intransitive verb. 3. I saw a bird's nest. Saw, transitive verb. 4. The woman cried bitterly. Cried, intransitive verb. 5. The baby sleeps peacefully. Sleeps, intransitive verb. 6. I will sell my bike. Sell, transitive verb. 7. We eat breakfast in the morning. Eat, transitive verb. 8. The car stopped suddenly. Stopped, intransitive verb. B. The verbs in the following sentences are used transitively. Underline each of them and point out the object of the verb. So, in the given following sentences, verbs are used transitively. What we have to do? We have to underline each of them and point out to the object of the verb. As we read it just now only, the transitive verbs are verbs that require objects to make complete sense are called transitive verbs. So we have to now find out the objects of the verb. 1. The postman brings letter. So brings and letter, objects of the verb. 2. She makes delicious fish curry. Makes and delicious fish curry, object of the verb. 3. The driver stopped the car. Stopped and the car, object of the verb. 4. My father carried the luggage. Carried the luggage, object of the verb. 5. The girl hurt her leg. Hurt and her leg, object of the verb. 6. I sent a message to my friend. Sent a message, object of the verb. 7. He gave some money to the poor man. Gave some money, object of the verb. 8. She sang a beautiful song. So sang, beautiful song, object of the verb. So in first I have written object of the verb that will continue up to the 8. In each sentence we have to mention object of the verb. So I have written only here first time, it will be write down up to 8 sentence. Now then after, see, exercise B you have to write down in this way. Brings and the letter both separately write down. Then it's the object of the verb. In this way we have to write down whole. Then after C, exercise C. Write 2 sentences with each of the following verbs, one transitively and the other intransitively. So we have to write down 2 sentences from the each word given, one sentence transitively and second one intransitively. So first one, write, Annie is writing a letter. Annie writes neatly. Then read. I read the Times this morning. Try to read slowly. Then 3. Ran. I ran for the ball. Nathan ran very fast. Then 4. Answered. Betty answered the questions. Noah was slow in answering. 5. Ate. I ate an apple yesterday. Father ate hurriedly today. 6. Drawing. Rita was drawing a bird. Megha is drawing beautiful. So students, I hope that you now clear with this chapter. Just revise once again, read out the chapter. In this chapter, we read about verb and kinds of verb. So read out, just go through with the exercise portion of this chapter in this period up to this. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you. Goodbye.